my warriors, my brothers in arms, and my veterans. Welcome to the pros and cons of Classic WoW. Classic WoW has one of the greatest senses of achievement you can get from a game. Whether it be from hitting max level, completing that quest, getting the full dungeon set, you'll feel great even from the smallest achievements. Maybe getting your first green, or your first gray, shoulder piece maybe? Beating someone in PvP, no matter the rank, even a private, it'll feel great. Next is your sense of community. It is impossible to get to even level 20 without interacting with a single player. But when you interact with those players, you feel like you're playing in a living, breathing world because of this fact. Questing, dungeons, raids, no matter what, you will find friends in your adventures, maybe lasting ones. Nostalgia and a new experience. For some, Classic WoW is where their adventure started. For others, it came later. But for both, an opportunity lies ahead of them. A chance to either recapture the nostalgia, or to find out what's all the fuss about Classic WoW. Now we'll move on to the cons. I'm not here to deter anyone, just letting others know what they're getting themselves into. Frustration. Classic's sense of achievement came with great difficulty before it. Some quests and dungeons were just really hard to beat. And the greater the struggle, the greater the achievement. So if you're not willing to go through that, that's understandable. But if you are, then you'll be rewarded greatly in the end. A few things besides what I just mentioned is consistent deaths. Warriors, for example. Warriors is the perfect example. Pulling more than one mob, boom, dead. It's very difficult. Long corpse runs. This one sort of builds off the last point. There was There was probably one graveyard per zone. Maybe two if you're lucky. And because of this, if you died far from the graveyard, you'd be running for a long time. And then, outright annoying quests. A great example is Mancrick's Wife. A quest that never showed you where to go. You'd have to use, or at the time, you couldn't use Wowhead because it didn't exist. Or you'd have to walk around and just find it based off different hints that the quest gave you. Lastly is time investment. For some, this is no issues. For others, it is. The amount of time it took to even reach level 60 was, put simply, insane. When you finally hit level 60, you had even more ahead of you. Getting gear, getting your level 60 mount in front of the gold fort, finding an appropriate guild to raid with or do dungeons. The list goes on. So this was a short video. I wanted to thank you for your time, and I hope your adventures in WoW are long, arduous, and great.